Hello and welcome everybody, what's going on? It's me, TV, and this is another news article. Yes, I'm actually talking about news in a video. That's a shocker, isn't it? But I decided that, you know what, besides just like the post-match videos and whatnot, and besides the occasional analysis, which like never happen at all. The Juventus one is still coming out, I don't know when, but it's still coming out once I've got a little bit of time, which is like never. But news, I decided, you know what, news is very newsworthy. So I decided to make newsworthy articles, whatever, whatever videos, whatever. But let's actually get into the actual news article, which is that according to according to basically Boateng, when he got injured in the match against Hamburg, he was already injured and he was wrist, although he had an injury. Now, I've got a problem with that. I've got a huge problem with that, and it's not just the case of Boateng, because he's out for 3 months now, so his season is basically as good as over. His season is as good as over, and our season just became a lot more difficult. But the problem I have is not just with Boateng. The problem I have is with the whole situation in general, and that is that a lot of our players always get rushed back. And two names that always come to my mind when I think about Pep rushing players back are Ribery and Robin. Now, when I mentioned Ribery, it was actually this year when I mentioned him, when I said that I didn't think that he should come back against Gladbach. And when he came back, I was like, for the 15 minutes or so that he was playing, I was thinking, oh, please don't get injured, please don't get injured. And he didn't get injured. But then the next match, he played the match the first half, and then he got injured, and now he's obviously out again. And with Robin, it was last year against Dortmund, where he came back, I believe it was 2 weeks or 3 weeks earlier than he planned himself, and obviously players always plan early. And he then got injured against Dortmund after like 10 minutes. So that was in the DFB Pokal. So that's the two names that come to my mind straight away when I think about Pep rushing players back. And obviously with Boateng being played, although he was injured, and that's according to T said. It sounds so weird. T said, but that's according to them, and they heard about it from a team, from someone inside the team, and obviously that's the whole mole situation, which I'll make a video about at night later on, just because I want to hear your thoughts on like who you guys think the mole could be, if it's a player, if you guys think that, or if it's a coach, one of the coaches, I don't know. But like honestly, who do you guys think the mole is? But obviously now this whole story is about Boateng, and obviously that is a big problem that I have with Pep Guardiola, is that he rushes player back. And I think Ribery was like the best example, because he even said he had one training session with the team, and then he started playing, which was just a little bit crazy. But now with Boateng out, should we put the blame on Pep, or should we say, well, we didn't have another centre back available, and it was Hamburg, so maybe Pep expected there not to be that much trouble. But the problem that I have with that is that, well, it was Hamburg. It wasn't like a title match, a match that is going to decide a title, because Hamburg, I think right now are like 12th or something. So they're not in the relegation zones and whatnot, but they're not in the top 3-4 positions where they could actually challenge us for the title still. So it wasn't that important of a match. If it was against like Wolfsburg, Dortmund, Gladbach, maybe you could say, okay, we have to win that match. We have to maybe risk him, because because they are direct title challengers. Although even then, I would say don't risk a player for that. Especially when it could get seriously worse, and then he could be out for the rest of the season. Like it is in this case. But I do think that has to be looked at. If that's the case, that has to be looked at, and I do think there has to be like some sort of message from the club, and not just from T-Set himself, not just from like an individual from the team. I think there should be a message from the team that comes out and says, no, we can't allow that to happen. We can't allow that to keep happening. And obviously, it looks like a lot of the newspapers now are just criticizing Pep for whatever, and but I think like the whole mole situation itself, considering that there is a mole, that was even acknowledged in the press conference, considering that there is a mole who's leaking all this kind of stuff to the newspapers, you just have to wonder, you just have to think, is there something that's true about that, because obviously now all newspapers are saying that and whatnot, you have to think, is that really the case? Like, is this really happening? Are players being rushed back? Are players not doing their training hard enough? Are they just like doing easy trainings in when they're training and whatnot? So these kind of things have to be looked at. Obviously, I'm not an expert in like the training methods and whatnot. Honestly, I'm not, but it has to be looked at, I think, and there has to be a message from the club about that. Like, if he's been rushed back, he'd be the third player to be rushed back in such a short time, which is just crazy in of itself. But what do you guys think? Like, if he has been, obviously, this is a whole if and if not kind of situation. So, but if he has been rushed back, and if the thing is true, what T said are saying, obviously T said they're pretty reliable, and they're really reliable actually. But if it is true what they've been saying, do you guys think that we need to, like, we as fans need to find something out? We as the fans need to get an official, like, from the club. We need to get an official message that players are being rushed back and whatnot. Or do you guys think players get rushed back all the time in every single sports? It's just the way the job is. If the team needs you and you're not fully fit, you just have to play. Is that what you guys think or not? Tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. Those people, you can rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. You can peace out and you can have a nice day. Bye.